Well, here we go. Another podcast, another day, another half a buck. I want to say a special hello to my executive producer, JC out there, John Gaylor, contributor correspondent, and even Alex Nunnery, another producer. Alex has been covering a lot of JU sports and baseball, basketball, the full gamut. So, hey, welcome into the Teal Shirt Report podcast, episode show number 14. Who wore 14 for the Jaguars? Well, none other than Justin Blackman, who sadly his life was kind of in turmoil over substance abuse. I think maybe it was more drinking, but I don't want to go totally into that. The guy had talent. And when the Jags traded up to get him, I was all in. However, I think Tampa Bay knew what they were doing when they let the Jags trade up, and the Jags wouldn't got him. I saw Justin Blackman play in a bowl game. I think it was a Fiesta Bowl against Stanford. Andrew Luck was a quarterback for Stanford, and Justin Blackman was catching the ball for Oklahoma State. And Blackman had me fooled and everybody fooled because he had a difficult life. It affected his game. It affected his career. He had obviously a much shorter career than he ever should have. Number 14, Justin Blackman. Now, also, I don't think I've ever mentioned this guy by number, but I think I will today because I just thought of something. I think this guy wore 14, but let me double check that. Let me absolutely double check that. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, number 14. Pete Rose. Pete Rose wore number 14 for the Cincinnati Redlegs, or the Cincinnati Reds, if you will. He wore 14. Justin Blackman wore 14. Must have been something in the water with that number. Pete Rose obviously had a career as the hit king that was Hall of Fame worthy by statistics and play alone. And he won championships with the Cincinnati Reds, also the Philadelphia Phillies. And posthumously, as he sadly passed away a few months ago, and posthumously, he'll probably end up in the Hall of Fame at some point in time, I'm guessing. Will that happen? Maybe, maybe not. Would have been nice if it had happened when he was still living. But I think at some point in time, you'll probably see his son, Petey Rose Jr., accepting the award for his dad, if it comes to that. Number 14, Pete Rose, Cincinnati Reds. One of the greatest moves in sports was by Sparky Anderson, the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. And I was never a Reds fan. I was a baseball fan and an Atlanta Braves fan back in the day. 1970s, 1980s, 1990s when the Braves won the World Series in 95. But I've been a Braves fan ever since the early 1970s. But one of the greatest, I'm going to tell you two great baseball managerial jobs. Sparky Anderson with the Cincinnati Reds. Overall, he did a great job managing that team because he had a great offense. And his pitching staff was also ran maybe no better than above average to maybe good at best. But he had the offense and he knew how to manage a team. I know this is a Jaguars podcast here in North Florida, but I did want to delve into the number 14. And a couple of things came to mind. Was Sparky Anderson, one of the years back in the mid-70s, he made a move that was incredibly good. He took a guy named George Foster and put him into the lineup in left field. He moved Pete Rose to third base. Excuse me. And that's probably when the Reds' Big Red Machine was at its most potent offense.